Well done over here. There's been a lot of chatter out there about Google updating a lot of its algorithm recently. Throughout 2020, not a whole lot of core updates coming from Google, but in 2021, there have been a lot of core updates. So if you look at this screenshot here from Search Engine Roundtable, a lot of updates that already happened. So, for example, in June, Google did a very big core update in June. It began on the 2nd and ended around June 12th. So, if you see a huge fluctuation in your ranking, and let's say you used to do very, very well, always on first page of Google, right at the top, and then after this update, you let's say now you're not on the first page, you're on the second page, most likely got impacted by this core update. Then, right away in June, Google also rolled out another very big update called Google Page Experience Update. That started around June 15th. It'll take a while to finish the rollout. It will most likely go all the way until end of August. And this page experience update, I did a video on this not too long ago, but really just overall user experience of your website. Is it slow to load? Once people get on a website, can they find things right away? Do people bounce off right away? It's the overall user experience. So hopefully you're not impacted by this. If you are, then most likely as your website is loading very slow, you have pop-ups everywhere, or you have people just not good content, people just leave right away. Then Google has a spam update part 1 that was just one day on June 23rd, and then another update following up with this part 1 that was on June 28th. Then, and these are all Google did confirm these updates. And around June 30th, a lot of websites out there, they got a lot of fluctuations. And Google didn't confirm they did something. But typically, Google does not disclose all of the major updates whenever they do that. But now in July, Google is starting off with another core update. And we do not know when this will end. But it really comes down to a few things here. First of all, whenever Google does updates, it's for the better. So if you're not doing anything shady at all, you always focus on high quality content on your website. If you're typically on the first page already, typically you shouldn't be impacted much by these algorithm updates. Typically, these core updates are for the better of the search engine results. It's there to make sure that the spammers do not get ranked highly. So very often what you might see, I'm always happy when Google does updates, because sometimes our client's website, they get bumped, right? Because those who are doing all the shady practices, they're always right on the first page right at the top. They know how Google search engine results work, they're spamming it. But then whenever Google refreshes its algorithm like this spam update, now they get disappeared. They get pushed down maybe to the 10th page. Our client's website get now bumped to the top. So typically we don't, I'm just showing you, hey, this is, right? We typically follow up with all these updates. Of course, we need to know what are the updates, or whether we need to change our strategy to comply to Google. But typically, if you're doing good content, you don't have to worry at all. And you should always be happy when Google's doing updates. That should get you ranked higher. But just kind of want to let you know, typically behind the scenes, Google typically do quite a bit of core updates all the time. And when they do these, it's always better for the search engine results. And hopefully you're not impacted by any of these updates. If you were, Just go back and then line up when you started losing traffic. Just look at Google Analytics. When you go onto Google Analytics, let's say you typically get a lot of traffic coming into your website. Suddenly, you step down. And you want to line up those dates with these dates and see which of these update you might have getting impacted. And then you can reverse engineer what you could do to get your website up again. Okay, but hopefully you're not impaired by any of these updates.